Hello friends, uh, today welcome to my video and wish you all a nice day. Today we are going to discuss very important aspect of AIML, ChatGPT, robots like that, which has been making a lot of headlines world over, and also uh, the recession that is pending. Actually, everything is related. Even the banks that has been shut down by authorities in US, and ChatGPT robots that you see every day, becoming big news every day. That's creating newer versions. In this scenario, we have to discuss one of major aspect. What difference that humans made in the history of universe or our evolution. Yeah, evolution actually made humans on the top as the consumer of all the other things, whatever in our planet, in our universe. Actually, human beings are the topmost consumer of our environment or whatever I say. So, what actually it is very important to understand what actually is the importance of human being. Human beings evolved because they were able to study things in different ways. Let it be language, reading, writing abilities. Let it be studying. Okay, suppose someone is showing you something to do something like this. So human beings are able to grasp how to do that by a demonstration. That is study by demonstration. So actually, there is different types of study. Study using language, that is such as studying written materials, understanding what is written, that is one thing, and is understanding what a demonstration means, that is another thing. Understanding what a person says is another thing. Actually, understanding there is a lot of different types of understanding like this. What made human beings on the top of all the other creatures or all the of the universe is all these abilities. Even though the Bible actually says the God made human beings on the top. Actually, we are on the top, no doubt on that. But the issue is how long we will be on the top. This has been discussed for long. So what is the importance? That is actually when AI, ML, ChatGPT and robots takes over. Actually, when we have to compare actually to the human beings and all these things. I mean, creations of human beings. And what we understand is something very similar, but much faster, much ChatGPT and robots are actually several hundred or several million times capable than human beings. They are able to study anything in a fraction of a second. For example, you have a novel, and a normal human being, that is a big novel, maybe around 1000 pages. Okay, okay, I'll put it as 500 pages. So for a normal human being to read this 500-page novel will at least take 10 hours. I mean, that is the time. At the same time, an AML program can read this in just a few seconds and understand it and reproduce it in some form or give answers. That's the difference between human beings and AML, ChatGPT and robots. So actually the important thing that I want to discuss here is what will be the role of human beings. Okay, as you know, lot of jobs has been lost in various spheres. It may be creative writing, it may be advertising, it may be software engineering, it may be what can I say, even in the medical field, lot of jobs. I mean, small jobs, big jobs. Even you can even see that there were drivers. We are used to drivers. I mean, taxi drivers or car drivers. Now there is driverless cars coming up. Another thing is the small works. Earlier we used to have a maid at home that was replaced by a vacuum robot. I mean, it just moves around and cleans the house. So everything has been replaced by different types of robots, or even in the streets, they are in the Europe, they are cleaning with automated robots. I mean, all the streets are just cleaned up by automated vehicles like that. Every scenario you can see robots and ML are overtaking human beings and taking over their livelihood. So a lot of people may be thinking this has happened earlier as well. When the introduction of computers or the industrial revolution was happening, there were complaints like this. There was actually very large difference between both of them. At that time, the computers were not able to learn. At that time, the industrial revolution was happening. At the time when industrial revolution was happening, there was no learning capability for these machines. What actually is overtaking human beings is the learning capability of human beings. I mean, software programs and robots. This is overtaking human beings, and so all these jobs that is lost will not come back. So what the politicians or the thought leadership have to do is they have to discuss what will be the future use of human beings. Actually, this was never discussed at any sphere. I never understand why this important aspect has been delayed. You have to discuss. I mean, earlier we were discussing use of computers. Now you have to discuss. The difference is that earlier you were discussing use of computers, and now you are discussing the use of human beings. How human beings should be put into use. What are the uses of human beings, and how actually they should be differentiated. What will be the difference in role between AI, ML, ChatGPT, robots, and a human being? What you have to discuss it and come to a conclusion. This is actually something related to a strategic planning. The member of parliaments or the president, chancellor, or the prime minister or the kings have to make decisions in this. Otherwise, what will happen is there will be no use of human beings. What is the use of? Currently, if you can see that there is no use of human beings that is being discussed. That cannot be. That is, there is at any point it is not actually very important. They think that it is not very important to discuss use of human beings. That's actually similar to the sexes. Actually, male, female. There's actually some ideological conflict in that. When we think, people will say, people never discussed about use of males. People always discuss the use, how to improve, how to bring forward females, how to female workers, how to incorporate female workers into the companies. Now all these things have gone obsolete. Why I am telling that is, AI/ML is going to replace both male and female. As such, human beings are going to be replaced by AI/ML, ChatGPT, and robots. No doubt on that. So, what the member of parliaments or people who have been doing strategic planning in behalf of the citizens of their countries have to discuss is how they are going to use human beings in the future. If that doesn't happen in the near future or in the current scenario, human beings are going to be lost forever. We are hearing the news that in China, lot of people are suiciding, mass suicide happening. The reason is that the government don't want human beings, government don't want people. They actually are seeing that the people, population density is growing, and they don't want more people in there. Even the old generation, a lot of people are committing mass suicide. So, in order to avoid all these situations, it is the responsibility of each and every citizen of their countries to make decision what should be their role in the current and future scenarios. If your elected representatives or your kings or monarchs can't take decisions in this regard, that means your future, the future of human beings as such, is lost. Thank you all. This is a very serious issue. You have to discuss it very firmly and take decision on that. It is responsibility of each and everyone, irrespective of their religion, caste, creed, their country, their political affiliations. Everyone should actually discuss all these things, come to a conclusion what is the role of human beings, and how AIML should be put into use, and how human beings should be put into use. Otherwise, we are actually in a lost state. Thank you very much.